So, JFET theory. Last class we introduced field effect transistor. Before we jump into field effect transistor, we want to give differences between the BJT versus JFET. Since you already know about BJT, BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor. Okay, so this was invented in the year 1947, bipolar junction transistor by Bell Laboratories USA. Okay, so JFET is very old compared to BJT. In 1920s, papers published on JFET or FET. Okay, so but till 1920 to 1960, we were not using JFET. As I told you, the reason for that is many people thought that the BJT has got very good properties, and uh, for most of the electronic applications, like digital applications, analog circuit applications, people were using BJT. But situation changed because of when we get to know that when you want to put several devices on integrated circuits, ICs what we call, at that time problems started. So, they started experimenting BJT on IC. So, the problems which they encountered are fabrication cost, and steps, processing steps are many, and it is not economic more of the moreover. Okay. So, its BJT fabrication on IC is an expensive compared to the JFET or FET. So, they have seen the manufacturers seen that the FETs are easily well fitted into the integrated circuits, and the FETs consumes little power for operation when you want to use FET as a switch, FET as an amplifier. So, they consume little power, that is a more advantage compared to the BJT. And the impedance, there are several other good things about the FET. If you look at input impedance, output the resistance, and gains, current gains, voltage gains, everything is going to be good for the FET. Though BJT also has got very good properties, but the problem is the fabrication that made the BJT to push little downward compared to the FET. Okay. So, currently if you are studying FET, that is good, because you are studying the topic related to the state of the heart of electronics. Okay. So, let us see the basic principle, because now without having fundamentals of BJT, it is very difficult to understand the theory behind the FET. So, that is the reason here we start with fundamentals of the BJT first, and then we jump into the FET. Both of them are they are control devices, but it depends on what is controlling what. So, with reference to the BJT that we have seen, the output current, okay, the collector current is controlled by the base current. I mean, the collector current, emitter current is injecting the charges, and that collector current, collector terminal collects the charges, and there is a current movement from emitter to the collector, that is in turn controlled by the base of the transistor. This is a base. Okay. So, this is a base terminal that controls the this input current controls the current flow in the output terminal. Whereas here the situation is little different. The input current is controlling the output current here, whereas in case of FET, input voltage, the voltage that we apply between the gate and source, voltages are applied between two terminals, right. So, between the gate and source, the voltage that we apply, that can be used to control the current movement from source to drain, similar to this. Okay. So, the voltage control is the this device FET consumes little power in the control mechanism, whereas this consumes a consistently constant amount of power consumption happens at the base from base, which is used for control mechanism here. So, that does not happen here in case of the gate and source. Okay. So, the voltage is not consumed, more voltage is not consumed, though little small amount of negligible amount of gate current may flow here, but that can be neglected. Current of the nano amperes of current may flow at the gate due to the leakages. So, that can be neglected, but here base current is in micro ampere. Okay. So, this current cannot be neglected, because there is a consistently some constant drop happens at the base. Okay, so there are two types of transistor now you are aware now, BJT, which we have shown as a just a black box representation with the terminals here, collector, emitter and base, and there is an FET which is analogous to the BJT, which has also got three terminals, source, drain and gate. So, source here is analogous to emitter of BJT, gate is analogous to base of bipolar junction transistor, collector is analogous to the collector of BJT is analogous to drain of the FET. So, there are two types of the transistors. Okay, this is quite popular nowadays compared to the BJT, bipolar junction transistor. The good thing about BJT is the switching speed. Its speed of operation is very high compared to the FET. In special applications, even today we use BJT. Okay, sometimes we couple BJT and FET if we want to have a good performance. That is what the designers normally do it. Okay. So, the conventional bipolar junction transistor has two types of carriers in BJT. One is majority carrier, other one is a minority carrier. Whereas, in FET we have only one type of the current carriers. Either you can have holes or the charge carriers or the electrons you can have, not both. Okay. So, any one of them is responsible for the current flow, either holes or electrons, not the both. The BJT is a current control device, FET is a voltage control device. Okay. So, this we already seen, and when we measure the input impedance of BJT and FET has got very high input impedance and BJT has got very low input impedance. Okay. Having higher input impedance is advantage for us because it takes little current from the input side and produces more current at the output side. Okay. In amplification especially, having higher input impedance is very good, because as I told you, when we have higher input impedance, small amount of input signal can be coupled to the device and you can get large amplified current at the output. Okay. So, when we see the impedances of input impedance, that is between the gate and source, the impedance when you measure with the FET, and same impedance when you measure with BJT between the base and the emitter. So, this BJT is going to offer very little small impedance. I cannot say it is very large, but compared to the FET has got very large input impedance. Okay. So, that is more of advantage for the circuits like amplifiers. JFET junction is reverse bias, the gate current is practically 0 and a very high input impedance is at the input, whereas the base current of the BJT is always some value greater than 0, for example, in microampere. Okay. Field effect transistors are unipolar transistors which act as a voltage controlled current source. That means, using this voltage you can have a fixed current or this will behave like a constant current source. Okay. So, that is what you can get it from the FET, and is a device in which a current is controlled and transport of carriers transported by carriers of one polarity majority only, and an electric field near one terminal controls the current between the other two. The electric field what you apply voltage between this gate and source, that creates an electric field between the gate and the channel here, and that controls the current between the two terminals here. Okay. You can make this drain current to small value or large value depending on the voltage VGS that we apply here. Okay. And you are seeing here the totally 3 diagrams which will illustrate. The first diagram is nothing but it is the basic structure of junction field effect transistor. So, with an N channel you can see there is a channel here which you can make out here. Channel is the one which you are seeing in the red color here, that is the channel, and the channel is of N type here. On top of that you can see this is an 3-dimensional view of a this JFET. Okay. So, you have to imagine this is the top view, what you are seeing is this is the top view, and the bottom view which you are unable to see, this is the bottom view. Okay. And the front what you are seeing is this is the front view. Okay. So, this is a 3-dimensional view of junction N channel junction field effect transistor. If you see the name here, why it is called junction field effect transistor, there is a junction here, right. Okay. The junction is a word used for, we have seen this in a diode, right, PN junction we said. Okay. Between the P and N there is a interface, right, that we call as a junction. Same thing here also, there is a P type, you can see here the yellow color here is a depletion region of course, and the blue color stuff what you see here is going to be the P plus here. Okay. So, there is a P plus and there is a N type here, this forms the P-N junction. There is another junction which you can see at the bottom side also, there is a blue color stuff there that shows it is P type, and there is a yellow color substance here, you can see yellow color colored layer here that shows it is an depletion region, because always whenever we have a P and N that forms a depletion region, right. We have seen this in the P-N junction, and it's all this red color stuff we call this as a channel, and since this channel is of N type semiconductor we call this as an N channel. You can also make it as a P channel, it is possible just if you change this P plus as N plus, and this red color N channel N type, if you make it as a P type, it becomes the a P channel the JFET. Okay. So, we are taking example here of the N channel. The concepts what we explain for N channel, it is opposite for the P channel, I mean the voltages and currents that are opposite for the P channel. Okay. So, this is the cross sectional view. So, if you attach terminals to this red color portion here, on one side that becomes a source, on opposite side if you attach a terminal that is called as a drain, and bottom blue stuff here, as I told you, it is a P region that can be connected with this top P region here, these two are interconnected together. Okay. So, that forms the a gate terminal here, that forms a gate terminal, and so that this P plus region, and between these two P region stuff here there is a transport of the carriers. We will see that in the upcoming the topics when we cover advanced topics here. Okay. So, okay, so this is the cross sectional view. As you are seeing here, when you cut this into the slices, you see the structure like this. This is called as a cross sectional view. So, many times when you look at a 3-dimensional view, complete details you may not get, but therefore we show here a cross sectional view also. Okay. So, one slice of this cross sectional view we are seeing here. So, you are seeing again here source, drain, and these the P plus regions here, they are interconnected. Okay. The bottom and we have a common gate, we have single gate here, we can't have two gates. So, these two are interconnected here. Okay. So, we will have a single gate here. So, this is the cross sectional view of N channel JFET here. Okay. And you can see this is the thickness of the channel is shown here. Okay. So, this is the thickness, this shows thickness. Okay. Channel plays a very important role in the transport of charge carriers here. Okay. Because we have here is of channel is of N type, this will transport the majority carriers like electrons here. Okay. So, in this type of the JFET, electrons are the majority charge carriers. So, that is why it is called N channel junction, there is a PN junction here, and it is going to be called as a field effector transistor. What do we mean by field effect transistor? When we apply voltage between the gate and the source, we are creating the electric field within this, and that causes the charge carrier, that you can control the charge movement within the channel, electrons within the channel, by varying the voltage between the gate and source. So, that is why it is called a field effect transistor. Okay. So, you are creating an electric field means it is an electric field here, that we are applying voltage that creates an electric field within the channel, and that influences the electron movement from source terminal to the drain terminal. You can see the namings also here, there was certain meaning here. Source means it is a source of electrons in this case. So, electrons are injected from the external circuit, here we will connect the power supply. Okay. So, we will connect power supply, through that the electrons are injected here, and you are going to collect the electrons at the drain. The movement of electrons within this red color stuff between these two junctions, what you see here, that can be controlled by varying the voltage here between the gate and source. Okay. And here the another diagram what you see here is again the cross sectional view of this JFET, but it is more of a professional form, you can see here. So, this blue color stuff has been clubbed together, and we made here with a substrate is of the P type, and you can see there is an N type here, and there is again P region here. Okay. So, these two are interconnected here. Okay. So, as I told, this forms a gate here, this gate is interconnected here, and you can see there is an N channel here which is similar to this. Okay. This more compact form you are shown here, uh, and there is a depletion region here also. You can make out this depletion region here. Okay. And you can see all three terminals here, like just like here in the cross sectional view or 3D view which you have seen. There is a source, there is a drain, there is a gate. Okay. So, gate is a control terminal, gate and source, the voltage what we have that we apply between the gate and source control the current movement from the source and the drain. Okay. And this is symbolic representation here, you can see here. Okay. So, symbolic representation for the n channel JFET is as shown here. There is a source terminal. This line indicates it is the source region, and the terminal is attached to that, and there is a drain region for which the terminal is attached here. This is a drain terminal, and within the this is a channel. You can see this is a channel is represented with a horizontal line here, and there is a gate which is above this. You can see gate terminal. An arrow mark indicates the direction of the electric field, in which direction it is applied. So it is applied from the to the gate terminal here, and since there is no gate current in this, the voltage applied here creates an electric field, and that in turn influences current electron current movement within the n channel here. Okay. So, arrow mark, if it is inward, that means it is an n channel JFET, and if it is outward, it will be a p channel JFET. Okay. And there is an insulation, you can see as there is silicon dioxide, okay, which is used as an insulator to take the which will act like the separation between the various the regions. Okay. So, that creates capacitance effect, that when you will understand better this when we discuss on MOSFETs. Okay. So, that is all about this the construction details of JFET. Okay. Any questions about this? I hope you got some idea on what is JFET and the structural details of the JFET, cross-sectional view, and the terminals associated with that. Okay. Okay, so with that I will move on to the introductory part of this JFET as per our syllabus. So far we have given just an overview of the JFET. We will cover more details on JFET in the coming classes. Field effect transistor, this is from the textbook perspective. JFET is a separate class of field effect transistor. You have seen this. JFET belongs to the FET. Under FET we have this can be called as FET. Okay, we have FET is a very big family. Under this we have various devices. One such is JFET. Okay. Another one we are going to discuss is MOSFET. We have some drawbacks in JFET that can be overcome using the MOSFET, especially the gate leakage happens more in JFET. To overcome that, we have come out with a device called as a MOSFET. And there is another device here which we are not going to discuss since it is not under the scope of our syllabus, that is called as a MESFET, MESFET. Okay. Okay, so MESFET means it is a metal, the electric, the semiconductor field effect transistor. We use here metal as a junction here. This is based on the Schottky diode. Okay, this is based on JFET. That is the only difference between JFET and MESFET. Okay, that part we will discuss in the things. So far you are aware of bipolar junction transistor, that is the basic knowledge required to understand JFET. Prerequisite is you need to have to understand the field effect transistor. If one need to have semiconductor materials knowledge, and the knowledge of the properties of semiconductor is also required. This you already gain in module 1, 2. So, I think you are now able to study this field effect transistor. The characteristics of the PN junction is also very important because this field effect transistor has got many PN junctions. So, if you know the characteristics, its working principle of PN junction and mathematical aspects of the PN junction, it will be easy for you to understand JFET. JFET has got very good voltage gain and it has got even good power gains also. Okay. There are two general categories of JFETs within the we know that this JFET is a class of device under FET, and within this JFET we can classify into subdivisions like PN junction JFET, a JFET which is constructed from the normal PN junction. So, that is why it is called a PN junction JFET, and it is fabricated with PN junction. The other one is going to be the metal semiconductor field effect transistor. Shortly we call this as a MESFET. So, this is not covered in our syllabus because this is out of syllabus. We will not cover this topic MESFET. We will cover only the PN junction JFET. But MESFET is fabricated with Schottky barrier rectifying junction. This is also another PN junction, just like we have studied ordinary PN junction. This is Schottky barrier PN junction is another PN junction. Instead of having here two semiconductors in normal PN junction, Schottky barrier will have one metal and other one is semiconductor. Okay, metal, when we say it can be aluminum or copper, and when we say semiconductor, it can be N type and it can be even P type also. Okay, so such a technology is used in MESFET. Okay. Let us go through the current in a JFET, how exactly current flows in the JFET. Though we have studied already the cross sectional view and three-dimensional view of a JFET, now let us see the current that results in a JFET. The current in a JFET is through a semiconductor region known as the channel. We have seen this channel already. So, just you can visualize this. This is what we called as a channel. Okay. With ohmic contacts at each end, you have seen ohmic contact. In order to take terminals, we need to have a ohmic contact. Ohmic contact is basically which will offer very low resistance compared to other kind of the contacts. You will study the contacts in VLSI circuit design or VLSI design. So, there you will see the different sort of contacts. Okay. So, one is ohmic contact, which is generally made up of the metals. Okay. This should offer very less resistance. That is why it is ohmic contact is made to extract to connect with the terminals at each end. Here the ohmic contacts are made to connect with terminals like source and other one is going to be the drain. Now, let us see the transistor action, how exactly a transistor works here. The modulation of the channel conductance by an electric field that is perpendicular to the channel. Okay, that is how the transistor JFET works. You know the definition of modulation, right? Okay, you are going to vary one parameter with reference to the other parameter by varying the other parameter, right? Okay, so that is a modulation. Okay, you have come across this modulation in communication system. Okay, about modulation. The same modulation word is used even in transistor action also. Modulation means it can be variation I can say that is controlled by some other parameter, this variation. And we are going to do here in the channel conductance. Channel has got its own conductance, and you can also think of this like a resistance also. The channel resistance or channel conductance is modulated, is varied by an electric field which is perpendicular to the channel. I have shown here the pictorial, you can see visualize here. Suppose there is a channel here between the two semiconductors, and we induce here the electric field by applying a voltage, and this electric field controls the channel conductance here. This channel is made up of the conductance here. Okay. So, this is a conductance. The conductance of the channel can be varied by varying the electric field which is acting perpendicular to the channel here. So, the modulating electric field is induced in the space charge region. We already know what is space charge region. Space charge region means it is a PN junction or depletion region, you can see here. Sorry. So, this is the depletion region, you can see this is the space charge region here. So, here we introduce electric field on top of this gate terminal, and that controls the conductance within the channel here. Okay. Okay, so that is what this point is covered. The modulating electric field is induced in the space charge region of a reverse biased PN junction, and therefore a function of a gate voltage. Okay, so the gate voltage what we are seeing here is used in order to control the conductance within the channel region. That is by applying a electric field onto the gate terminal here basically. Okay. The modulation of the channel conductance by the gate voltage modulates the channel current also. Okay. So, the voltage what we applied and the electric field that resulted, uh, which can be used to control the conductance of the channel, that channel current itself can be boosted by, again, by increased or decreased by varying the gate voltage here. So, that is what I have shown here a diagram here. This diagram shows that channel current can be varied accordingly here. Okay. I mean the current which is flowing in this channel, that can be varied by varying the conductance, and the conductance itself is controlled by this gate source voltage or electric field. Okay. So, we will see the current voltage characteristics and its relation with the geometrical properties of the device. We have seen geometrical structure of the JFET, and later on we will plot current versus voltage characteristics. And there is another device which is called a specialized JFET structure, that we call that as HEMT. HEMT means it is high electron mobility transistor. This is the specialized version of this the JFET structure, and this has got heterojunctions within that, and the electrons which are near the heterojunction, that can easily move in the channel region, in a region, in a space parallel to the channel of a junction, okay, parallel to the junction. Okay. So, that is the specialty in high electron mobility kind of the transistor. So, we are not going more details of this, because our aim is to cover the structural details and the IV characteristics related to the JFET only. Okay. So, the one drawback in advance I would like to mention is these devices, though we cover the start in the beginning JFET, this device we are not going to cover this MESFET. So, this device we are going to study in detail, but this disadvantage of this is it has got a high gate leakage current here. We expect the gate should be isolated from the source and drain terminal, but due to the materials used within the gate region, that causes some leakage currents here. Okay. The problem of leakage current in a circuit design, right? It is like a leakage in a water tap in your houses. What happens continuously if the water gets leaked from the tap? You are going to lose significant amount of water, right? If continuously for a whole night, if water drops, the significant amount of loss will happen. Likewise, even in electronic circuits also, if there is a leakage current continuously, if the leakage current keeps flowing, you are going to have a loss of power or currents within this gate, which we do not expect here. We are not using this for any purpose here, but simply this leakage current will be flowing within the gate terminal. That affects other things also within the JFET here. Somehow we have to avoid this leakage current. We will see that solution is going to be using another type of FET, that is called as a MOSFET. And the small difference between MESFET and the MOSFET. Here O has become this E, okay, MESFET. Okay. Here we use even metal, but in between there is a layer called as oxide layer comes into play, silicon dioxide. So, oxide means SiO2. You know that silicon dioxide is a perfect insulator, right, compared to other insulators. So, therefore, silicon dioxide is used as an insulator between the metal and semiconductor. There is a metal like this, as you are seeing, gate is a metal in this structure, there is a metal, and there is an insulator which is nothing but silicon dioxide here, and below that there is a channel which is a semiconductor. So, you can see the word now why we have written here MOS. There is a metal, there is an oxide, there is a semiconductor. It looks like a pizza, right? Okay. So, it is a sandwich between these two different layers. Likewise, here also we have a gate, and there is a insulator which is acting like a middle layer, and below that there is a channel. Okay. So, now there is a capacitance effects comes into your play, right. So, the gate itself act like a one metal, and another layer here channel will act like a another semiconductor, and now if you apply voltage here, it looks like a capacitor. If you apply positive voltage here, opposite type of charges will get induced here in this channel region, negative charges get induced. Okay. That is why it is called N type channel here, the channel must be of N type here. Okay. So, any questions are there so far? We have covered just introductory part of this JFET, and the next class I would like to take you to the PN JFET, its operation and its characteristics, And this is a textbook which I have uploaded in the Google Classroom. Students can access this textbook, an e-copy, so that you can use it for study purpose. Um, Here from this chapter, if you look at it starts from 13th chapter, I believe that is going to be the JFET. What is chapter? This is the 9th, which is MESFET, and it is discussed. Yeah, this is 12th chapter. One more chapter I need to go. Yes, this is the 13th chapter. So here you can see that so far what I have covered, you can easily see here. Okay, these things I have covered here. Junction field effect transistor. Okay, so just covered these things here, basics, fundamentals of this, and this part I need to cover. Next class we will start with basic PN JFET operation. We will discuss about this, the current flow here, and the structure of this, and then we will study the characteristics of this JFET in more detail. Okay. Once we are done with this, we need to focus on the equivalent circuits and high frequency limitations. Okay. So, we will take up that in the next class. Any questions so far? If you do not have any question, let us stop it at this point of time. Okay. We will continue with the next class.